Hello and welcome to O2 Inside Line Live. We're coming to you live from Sandy Park in Exeter as England prepare to take on New Zealand. I'm Eleanor and I'm very excited to be joined by Mo Hunt.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing occasion. Just super chuffed to be here.
It's filling up. We've got the DJ playing. Talk to us a bit of just how big a fixture is this? England, New Zealand, we're in the West Country. It's a big game.
Oh, it's huge. Like, one team's currently champs, one team is ranked at number 1 in the world. Like, it's a huge, huge occasion. It's momentous. Doesn't get much bigger than that tournament that's coming around next year over there in New Zealand.
Yeah, I know. We're pretty excited. Now, before we get there, we've got 4 big games over the next few weeks, starting this afternoon. I mean, the Red Roses haven't played in a while. New Zealand haven't played in 2 years. We've got fans here for the first time in a while. How much of a difference do you think the fans are going to make?
I think it'll be huge. Like, as you mentioned, New Zealand haven't played a test match game for 806 days. Like, that's crazy.
Long time.
And you've got England that have played 15 matches in that time. The crowds, though, like, just a word on them. You guys are amazing. Like, honestly, it's just game changer having you in. The crowd, the Sandy Park crowd is one of our favourites to play at. It's almost becoming like a home ground. That and also Twickenham Stoop becoming like that home ground for us, and we just absolutely love running out here. So keep bringing the noise.
Now, you were moaning that the DJ wasn't playing loud enough, but they've definitely turned it up now. The atmosphere's building, isn't it? Now, we've been hearing a little bit about how camp's been going this week. Marley Packer has 77th England cap this week. This is what she had to say when we caught up with her earlier. Well, we're joined now by Marley, which is exciting. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, yourselves.
Yeah, you're looking good in the kit. What's the mood today?
Mood's really good today. Like, obviously we've had some news with team changing, but everybody's like got bang on it. They know their roles, so McKenna's come back in, and obviously Langy's come into the squad, which obviously it doesn't matter who starts for us, like, we're all ready and up for a really good performance today.
Just touched on that as well, like, obviously it's always a bit stressful, isn't it, when it changes so last minute. Is that something that happened yesterday, so you kind of knew that it was coming, or this morning was it a bit of a shock?
Oh, it was definitely a shock situation. It was this morning, so like, a few players obviously knew what was going on, so there's a little bit of chat about it, but Mids told us in our team meeting this morning, so yeah, no, we all know what's going on, and we all know our roles, so it should be quite a seamless slide in there.
What has the mood been like this week? Because it's been a while since the Red Roses played, and we're going to have a crowd here today, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing, like, coming down to Exeter, we always know the crowd are something else. They're just incredible down here. The pitch is looking lovely. We got the team run out on it yesterday, so, like, both of those things combined together. And then New Zealand, it's their 100th test, obviously against us, which I just think magnifies how big this game's going to be. And I think, yeah, it's going to be a great game to watch, and obviously for me to be a part of.
100%. And, like, New Zealand as well, like, so much history that goes into what they do. Just talk to us about what it's like facing that hacker, because many people haven't experienced it. What's it like facing it? What do you do in your head as it's happening, and then how do you, like, build back up after?
Mo, what a question.
It's
definitely, like, obviously it's just something that New Zealand are going to do, but for me it's actually, as they're doing their hacker, I'm thinking about my game, what I'm going to do. I'm preparing myself for my next thing. I let them do their thing, and then, yeah.
Can it throw you if you let it?
I think so. I think it just depends. I think as players, you just got to prepare for it, and actually just make sure that you're ready and in what's about to come.
Can't wait to see it.
100%. And Oliver, watching you on telly, he's probably going to understand now because he's a year old. Just tell us what that's like.
Oh, it's amazing. So obviously I had FaceTime this morning with him, and he was in his full England kit, socks up to his up his leg. So yeah, no, it's really amazing. So unfortunately he couldn't be here today, but yeah, hopefully in future games he'll be here with me.
Just a bit too far for him to travel, isn't it?
Yeah, he's at that age. He ain't going to sit still for 3 hours in a car, then watch a game, and 3 hours back again. So.
Yeah. Well, at least you can watch you on the telly, get some nice pictures of that.
Yeah, no, it should be really good.
What's your predictions then? How are we coming out on this one? How are England going to fare?
For me, I think if we know our game plan, we stick to what we do, and I think that the result will look after itself. That's my prediction on that one.
Awesome. And a little word on Holly Aitchison, first cap,
obviously,
debut, New Zealand 100 test.
Yeah, obviously Holly, she's had an incredible career so far. She's come off the back of the Olympics, thrown herself in at Saracens, had a great start of the campaign at the Allianz Premier 15s, and then to get a start in cap, obviously, and to be against New Zealand is something very special and something that she'll remember forever. And I think we in shirts, Sarah Hunter usually talks about the player before they receive their first cap. The list that came from her family and her dad especially, it was so cute, and even got Lydia Thompson emotional last night. So yeah, it's a really special day for Holly, but it's a special day for everyone on that pitch today.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you.
Go on, mate.
See you later.
Yeah, Marley was in good form, wasn't she?
Oh, she's epic, honestly. I absolutely love that girl. Like, just somebody that brings the whole group together. Like, you can always go to her for a laugh or a DMC. Like, she's just brilliant.
You shared a room with her before.
Yeah.
She's been over on social today and talking about what it's like to share a room with her during camp. Apparently, always forgets her room key.
She doesn't forget it. She genuinely doesn't bother taking it.
Just chooses not to ring it. There's a difference.
Basically, yeah. So you've got to be the adult in that room for sure.
It's a big game for her today, but let's talk through the team. What do you make of the selection?
They've gone as strong as they can. Like, for me, that forward pack is as strong as it can be. I think, like, you look at the selection across the board, like, there were maybe a few that people were umming and ahhing about. Poppy moving into the row.
Yep.
Like, obviously that's a big one, big talking point, but I'm told it's to balance the scrum, so we're looking at getting that weight behind the props to help them out. But she's going to be massive today. Like, stepped into the vice captaincy role, which again is huge for her. She's really growing her leadership. Brilliant to see. Couple others for me that I'm going to pick out. Just Zoe Allcroft is in ridiculous form for Gloucester Hartbury. She's my teammate. I love her to bits, but she honestly is just one of these people that just takes the ball on and is just momentous with the tackles. She's averaging 15.8 tackles a game for England, so that just shows you the work rate that she gets through. And then you've got Zoe Harrison controlling the strings at 10. She's given the nod over Eleanor Rowland, and I just really want to see that form for Saracens come into the England shirt, because she deserves everything she gets, that girl.
We've got to mention Holly Aitchison coming in at 13. She's uncapped so far. This is a massive day for her.
It's huge. Like, this is her 25th game of senior rugby. First cap debut against New Zealand on their 100th Test match. Like,
what a day for it!
It just doesn't get much bigger than that for her. And she's a brilliant player. She's fresh off the back of the Olympic campaign, so she's an awesome baller. Like, I've played with her for many, many years, and I can't speak highly enough of her. She's in brilliant form. That 10-12 link that she's got with Zoe Harrison at Saracens has just been working so well for them, which probably is why they're 5 from 5 in the AP 15s this season. But yeah, I'm just hoping that she manages to settle into that role. Big shoes to fill. Like, you can't fill Emily Scarrett's shoes. You've got to do it in your own way, and I just hope that she goes out and does that.
We have spotted Emily over there. We will get a glimpse of her later. What are you expecting from New Zealand today? Because we know that they've not played for 2 years, but they're still such a quality side. They're not necessarily going to be as rusty as an England fan might hope.
No, definitely not. Like, they've had a warm-up game last weekend against Wales in our England under-20 squad, and they went pretty well in it. The thing for me that hopefully from Red Roses' point of view will happen is they'll die off towards the end. They haven't played international rugby. It's a different...
What, the fitness will catch up with them?
100%.
Right.
Like, it has to. Like, it's a different level of playing in these grounds, especially when you mention the crowd, like everything, the buzz that England girls are going to have around them. Yeah, I think that the fitness might come into fruition towards the end of the game, but they're a quality outfit. They have got star-studded players across the board, and you look at, they've got 9 debuts. Half of them are captains of their club game, and they're just brilliant. Like, so I don't think we can look at them and think they're 9 debuts, because just the quality of athletes they've got is next
Something
level.
special.
Oh,
yeah, we're lucky to be able to watch them warm up from where we are. How much of a difference is the fan factor going to make today? Because with the coronavirus, we've just not even been used to this kind of an atmosphere, have we?
No, we haven't. And again, like, just that little bit of extra, like, especially this game is going to be a battle of up front. Like, England have got some big girls. New Zealand have got some even bigger girls, just powerful outfits. So just that war of attrition, I think, is going to be, like, really, really helped on by the crowd. How much you guys get behind the girls, I think it will be huge.
Now, I know you've got a lot of friends here. I mean, we can't move without someone wanting to chat to you. A lot of friends in the squad, but can you tell us who are you most excited to see play today?
I think I've got to go Captain Sarah Hunter. 127 caps she's got. She's got
Amazing.
Nearly more caps than the whole of the pack for New Zealand together. They've got 136 combined. Like, that just shows you the quality of player she is. But I just love her. She's getting better and better every time. Her leadership is brilliant, and she's just amazing to be around. So yeah, fingers crossed Sarah Hunter has the best day at the office today.
We're glad to have your insight. How big a year is this for women's rugby? We've mentioned next year in New Zealand, but England are going to really want to lay down a marker today, aren't they?
They are, but I think we don't need to worry about that too much. So
Okay.
you look back to 2014, before the big tournament in the summer, we actually lost to France in the Six Nations. We got beat over in New Zealand as well. Come to 2017, we went over to New Zealand, beat them in their own backyard, and then went on and lost the final. So yes, it is a massive game, but actually it doesn't really matter because everything comes down to 1 year's time. So yeah, it's important that they get out there and they play some good rugby and they see where they're at, but it's not important enough that this is going to determine what happens next year.
We can enjoy it. We're going to enjoy watching. Now make sure you come back at full time. Mo and I will be back here where we'll be joined by 3 of the Red Roses. In the meantime, if you want to see more content, there's plenty more over on the England Rugby channels. The game, of course, will be over on BBC Two.